Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Hello. How are you today? Hi, everyone. Is this on Sunday at the largest page? Yes. Okay. It's not bad. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. How are you guys? Thank you for joining. I cannot see your name yet, so that's the reason why I'm just still keeping my cool. Yay, Nero! Hello, Nero. Good evening. I'm so excited when I see someone joining, especially when I see the names. At times, I can see that there are people joining, but not the names. So, welcome, Nero. Welcome, Charles. How are you? Thank you for joining. Please, guys, start to share immediately. Share, share, share. Thank you, everybody. Another day today. Houston, good evening. Thank you for joining. Asaju, good evening. How are you today? Thank you all for joining me today. We are going to reflect on last night's program with Dr. Sunday, which is how to deal with demon possession. I was so surprised with a lot of the things I was learning that Dr. Sunday was teaching us yesterday, and I really want to have that discussed with you today. Homolabake, good evening. Thank you for joining. Please start to share immediately. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. I appreciate you all for joining me day after day to have discussions or reflections, or if Dr. Sunday is with us, we have Kingdom Fruits or book review. Just seeing you guys every day really gladdens my heart. I feel very fulfilled each day when we have these connections. So thank you so much. I want to appreciate you over and over again, and I will keep doing so until I'm tired. I don't think I'll be tired of it, but I think I would always be grateful. So guys, I appreciate you. Thank you for joining. How are you today? I hope you're good. We're good here in Ukraine. We're doing well. So thank you very, very much. I can see Jake, but I cannot see his name. So I know Jake is here. Hello, Jake. Good evening. Thank you for joining. So we're going to reflect. And today, guys, as usual, you know, when I have this program, I really do want you to engage with us. So how do you engage? You can engage in various ways. Hi, Jake. Hi, Samuel. You can engage in various ways. Number one, you can either call on Julie Ngoya's Messenger. I love it when you call Julie Ngoya's Messenger and you talk live. I absolutely love it. Hi, Chinwe. Hi, Remy. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. So what I need you to do is please call Julie Ngoya to tell us your thoughts on the program yesterday and whatever else you want to tell us in relations to today's topics, which is how to deal with demon possession. You know, I have a lot to say. Well, maybe not a lot, but I have something to say about demon possession and how religion has really, really bound us to demons and all this nonsense. And, well, I wouldn't say nonsense. Please don't get offended, especially those that believe in demons and believe that demons attack and all that. Don't get offended if I say nonsense. This is just lack of vocabulary for me. So please bear with me. So anything you have to say or you have experienced or you learned last night that you want to share with us, your experience, your understanding, please feel free to do so. And there's another way. You can always write a comment in the comment section of your experience, of your thoughts, of what's happened to you after you heard all Dr. Sunday have to say about it. You know, that you are actually an authority. You don't need to be afraid of demons. Demons don't have any power over you. He that is in you is greater than that is in the world, including demon or anything. So we know that, we recite that all the time. Do we believe it? Why do we act otherwise? What are your experiences, you know, maybe in church, in religious sect, that has got you bound in the way that you were before you started hearing what Dr. Sunday has been teaching, or before you start to imbibe it and believe in it. So please let me know. I would really, really be interested to know your thoughts. How are you all? So thank you very much. So guys, you know, Cecile, good evening. Thank you for joining. You know what to do. So first of all, you can either share, or you can do all of this, which is share on your page by clicking on the share button, or secondly, you can tag. How do you tag? That symbol that you use to write your email, which is the @ symbol, you put that first, and without any space, you start to type the person's name. So as soon as you start to type the person's name, Facebook will start to populate names for you, and then you click on the names that you want to mention their name, which is to tell them that you are on this program, they can join you. So once you do that, the person will see, you get a notification that they've been mentioned, and they will join you. And another way to do so, to share with people, is by inviting them. You invite somebody specifically, you can do it with as many people as you like, which is you click on the invite button. So please do so. When I say button, I know a lot of people use smartphone now. Even I feel like, saying button is not right. We're just tapping on invite, okay? Maybe that's more correct, because we don't have buttons nowadays. Most of it are all flat screen, and it's not a button. Anyway, before I continue, before I rant about that, thank you all. I want to really appreciate you again and again and again. If I can do appreciation day one day, I would do so, okay? I would think about it actually and do appreciation day, because I think it's good to appreciate each other. So, what are your thoughts on yesterday's teachings, or should I say last night's teaching? How do you feel about it? What did you learn about demons and demon possession and how to deal with it? Are you confident now, or do you still feel like, okay, there's some discrepancy here or there? I'm not sure. Let us know your thoughts. I think it would be nice to have that discussion this evening. Well, before we go ahead, I also want to remind you that you have 2 days remaining to get 10% discount for HMT. That's History Makers Training. We're expecting a great one this time, so I don't want anybody to miss out, and you have just 2 days until the 20th of October to get 10% discount. So I would encourage you guys, if you don't know anything about HMT, first thing you do is to go on YouTube, go on Sunday Adelaja Official, and on the playlist you select a playlist which has HMT. Just watch like maybe half an hour to an hour of any HMT, and you see how it is. It gives you an idea what the experience is like. I must warn you though, no HMT is the same. Every HMT is different. The other day I was looking at the list of people that are coming for HMT. I'm finding that there's several people that have already they have attended 2-3 HMTs in the past that are also attending again. That should tell you something. It's not repeating class, because each HMT is different, but it's just based on the accomplishment of people. When they realize that coming to HMT, after HMT, they're just so pumped up, and the things that they haven't been able to achieve in a long time, they're able to do so in a short space of time from attending HMT. They realize so much more, they feel empowered, and that helps them, and they think it's worth coming to the 2nd, 3rd, 4th HMT. I saw someone 4th HMT, can you believe it? So I would really urge you, if you can still come, if you don't need visa to Ukraine, then you can still come, and you can book right now. To book, you need to go to Sunday Adelaja blog. That's sundayadelajablog.com/visit. That's sundayadelajablog.com/visit. So go on Dr. Sunday's website or blog, and you will find the form to register for HMT. HMT is from the 5th to the 11th of November, to the 12th, excuse me, from the 5th to the 12th of November. So that's in about, I keep saying 3 weeks, even last week. I think it's now actually just 3 weeks, because we're on the 18th. So it's about 3 weeks from now. From last week, it was 4 weeks. So it's now 3 weeks. So join us. We would love to have as many people as possible. We're prepared for you. Dr. Sunday is prepared for you. And we also have 2 guest speakers. So you would get more than your money's worth. In fact, it's not even charged. They'll charge. What we ask for is for accommodation, so that we can look after you, and you would have a place to sleep, wake up, and come to the training. The training is several hours a day, so it's about 12 or more hours if my calculation is right, of HMT. Actually, it's more than that. It's about 16 hours a day of HMT for that many days. I think it's about 5 or 6 days. So you will be getting a lot out of your maybe airfare or the accommodation fare, is absolutely worth it. I cannot say enough. I can say a lot, but it's this kind of things I really want people to experience for themselves. Or if you know anybody that have ever attended any HMT, give them a call, ask them what the experiences are, and if you know them around that time as well, you yourself will be able to tell, because the testimonies that I hear is that other people are asking them that what's changed about you, how are you able to do this, just because they attended HMT. So if you know anybody, you should know that they've attended HMT. If you've known them for a period of time and you know them before and after HMT, you would have seen the experience and how the changes has been in their lives. So please, or in their life. So please, guys, check out HMT on YouTube, Sunday Adelaja Official. And also, if you're interested to come, fill out the form before the 20th of October and make the payment as requested there, and then you will be able to come. The information is pretty simple, and if you want more information or you want to ask any question, you can send an email directly to the guest team, which is guest@godembassy.org. That's guest, GUEST, @godembassy.org. Thank you very much. So that's the announcement out of the way. Let's just go straight to our topic today. Guys, please, I need your cooperation here and your engagement, please. I really want to know what your thoughts are, what you think, and you can make comments in the comment section, or you can write directly in there, or you can call us directly, Julie Ngoye's messenger. Hi, Gift. Hi, Nkechi. Good evening. Thank you. Hello, Mrs. B. Good evening. Thank you for joining. Benny, how are you? Thank you for joining. Thank you all. I appreciate you all. So, guys, let's start. My experience of my experience from yesterday's teachings was quite interesting. I thought from what Dr. Sunday is saying about demon possession and all that, one thing that I have learned, but I have not imbibed, is that not to pay demon any attention at all. I know not to pay Satan any attention or demon any attention, because from an early age, I know that whatever you pay attention to is what is magnified in your life, and I don't play the game of paying any attention to demon. But saying that, right, I used to go to a very religious, religious church, and it's all praying about demon, praying against this, praying against that, household enemies, and all these things that really don't really concern me. I don't know anything about. I just follow the prayer pattern of the church, and just feeling just way down after all this, after all the prayers and after going to church. You just feel so down. You get home, you're just exhausted, and you start thinking about all these things that, what's going on, what's all these demons, and after a while you just stop thinking about it. You just become kind of like erased in your head, but you still participate in it. That's how this is how everything has always been for me. Just go to church and then come back, just accept whatever they say, and I don't question it. So when they pray about demon or they talk about demons, I just kind of like pray, and then I don't particularly talk about demons, because I really do find it hard to believe that demon will have so much power, because I think about what it said in the Bible logically, just because I'm logic, but it doesn't mean that I actually live in a logic way. I might think, but I'm not living what I think, so which is another problem entirely. So what are your thoughts? What are your experiences? And after yesterday's teachings, what did you take out of it? What are you going to do differently? What are you going to tell other people, when you stop praying these prayers? Because I remember talking to one of my friends recently, and I was telling him that, your church, they pray a lot about these demons. This is even before Dr. Sunday started, and praying against enemy and praying all this. I really think it's nonsense. And then, he took me to, he said, the first thing he said to me that is like, I'm talking nonsense. You have to pray against demon, you have to pray against enemy, you have to pray against it. And I said, you're wasting your time. Why don't you pray for what you want rather than what you don't want? Pray for what you want and focus on what you want. And he said, what's wrong with you? Because you're in Ukraine now, so you think that, demons don't exist, that you have to pray against. And he's a young guy, he's even younger than me. You have to pray hard and everything. And then he said something about Matthew the Lord's Prayer. And he said, let me just take you to the Lord's Prayer. And he said something that it's something about against all evil. I can't remember what the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And, you know, something, it says something there about evil. And this guy thinks that from that thing that he says about evil, it means that he can be praying about evil and pain, evil mind, you know, pain. And I said, look, okay, you want to pay attention to evil just because you read in one sentence that says something about evil. I'm going to look for the Lord's Prayer. If somebody can help me to look for it. And out of everything that is said in that whole Matthew of the Lord's Prayer, the only thing you can point out to me is the evil part of it. Are you okay? And he was just kind of like, whoa, Mayowa, what are you talking about? He was actually shocked as well. And I think immediately he reasoned that, oh, just talking about this evil in this Lord's Prayer actually is wrong. You know, and I wouldn't even have any Bible verses or anything to back this up. It was before Dr. Sunday started this series. And I was like, can you not just focus on the evil for once? You know, focus on God, focus on God's love, all the other positive things in the Bible that God has said. You know, why are you taking the evil and not taking the love? Why are you paying attention and paying your focus onto this evil part and not the other things? And, you know, it just amazes me. It surprised me of how we think. How did we arrive at this? Not that it is important to know how we arrive at it, but what is important is to change it and make better use of our time going forward. But it's just something that, that's it. Deliver us from all evil. Presley, thank you so much. I was going to answer your questions, but I think somebody have already answered that question. So deliver us from all evil. So he said to me, so Mayowa, why is it? So it's in the house. Presley is here in Ukraine in the house. It would be in Ukraine. I think somebody already answered the question. So the Lord's Prayer says, thank you. He says, thank you, Julie. It says that, pray then like this. Our Father, somebody already wrote it, deliver us from all evil. That's the one. He says, our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. I used to read this as a child and I don't even remember anymore. And forgive us. I'm not happy about that. I'm not boasting. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our debts as we have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Okay, so if you've prayed that, deliver us from evil. So he said that, why did God say deliver us from evil? I mean, I didn't even go into it. I just said to him that with everything that is being said in this, why is it that the evil part is what you look at? What about forgive those who trespass against us and all those things? You're not looking at that and you want to pray. And he said, oh, if evil is not important, God is not going to write it in the, you know, in the Bible. It's not, it was just a mess. And he's not the only one. This is a good-hearted young man that loves God, that believes in God, that walks in the way of God. How did he get to this point where he can read a whole verse of a Bible and all he can take out of it is the evil part and something that is talking about evil? He's not the only one. He's just an example of thousands, if not millions, of people around the world that are worshiping God, and they're looking at every evil, anything that says about evil, anything that says about demons, they take hold of it and they start praying about it. But they fail to look at the parts where God has said that even the weakest, you know, even the smallest part of you, that you are stronger. He's stronger than the devil, and the devil is under your feet, you know. So I just want us to discuss. So if you have anything that you want to say about this, guys, please let us know. Share your thoughts with us. Tina, you're laughing. It's interesting. Yes, I laugh now. But, you know, we can laugh about these things. But a lot of our friends, family members, very close to us are still bound in this challenge of life. You know, rather than them thinking about the great things that God has conquered for them and Jesus have done for them, they're busy thinking about how they can kill demons, they can kill this, they can kill that, and they can do that even by their own prayers and their own power and their own activities. So we really need to understand this so that we can explain to them, so that we can help them. Because you and I I believe we have this understanding, we have this knowledge, but there are many people that don't, and they're suffering because of it. So let's help each other out. Let's help other people out. If we have this type of discussion, I don't know what you're thinking. Maybe what you're thinking can help me in discourse with other people, especially people like my friend, because they know that I'm not a great churchgoer or I'm a Bible reader. I've kind of abandoned that for a while. And, listening to me, I might not be able to justify it very well because of my own stance on relationship with God, not involving all these other activities that religious people are used to. So if you have any ways that we can help each other to combat this and to help other people, please let me know and share your thoughts with us here on this discussion right now. Aisha, good evening. I saw you coming in, so thank you very much for joining. Tina, how are you? Thank you. Dozy, how are you? Yes, it's the Lord's Prayer. Thank you, Dozy. Oluwaseun, good evening. Thank you. Priestley, thank you. Raolat, hello, Nikki. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you. Becky, good evening. Thank you for joining. Thank you. So, guys, I would please ask you to share again. Please share with as many people as possible. Pamela, God bless you. Oh my God, who calls me woman of God? We're all women and men of God, but God, just call me Mayowa, please. Thank you so much. I am so far from that. I'm close. I have a relationship with God, but women of God, it just sounds like those religious people. But it's okay. Thank you. I appreciate you, Pamela, for saying that. It's really nice of you. Thank you. Aisha, good evening. I have said Aisha, good evening already. So what are your thoughts? I don't want to be the only one sharing something here. I really do want you guys also to share. And guys, were you there yesterday? Okay. Let's see. Theophilus, I was going to talk about yesterday and the lady that gave a testimony after the broadcast with Dr. Sunday. We can discuss that as well. I mean, she doesn't mind anyway, so let's discuss it. I think she'll be okay with it. In fact, I would like to invite her one of these days to come on live with us to share her story, because her story is worth a Hollywood movie, or should I say a Nollywood movie if she wants to be Nigerian about it. So I really want to hear it. Okay, so Theophilus is saying something. Naturally, we all love powerful men, because it's not DSA. The platform is few. Oh, okay. I'm not sure what Theo is saying here. But I think it's about it. Not because it's not DSA. The platform is few. Kind of informed me that there are few people that have joined because it's not DSA that is live. It's not a problem. It's okay as well. Theo, everybody have their own thing and what they like and what they're entitled to that. So for those of us that are here, we can still make good of it, okay? Even if there's one person on the program, you know what? We can still make good of it. So Theo, it's nice of you to even consider that, but don't worry, we can just do our own thing, all right? But DSA will be back for all DSA lovers. I am just like that as well, so I do not blame anybody at all. I'm exactly like that. I usually just listen to DSA and listen to DSA's teachings. If I have to, I would select other people, but I do prefer listening to DSA. So I would never blame anybody or consider anybody to be unfair or in any way. I share my own opinion, I share my own thoughts, and it's mostly from DSA's teachings, and I just want us all to share that as well. So thank you again, Theo. Nwalgu says, hi, great family. Okay, that's greeting every one of us. Thank you very much, Nwalgu. Thank you. Aisha, we love Mayowa and we love Mayowa. Aisha, thank you. I love you too, so don't worry there. We love listening to Mayowa. Thank you, Aisha. So, Aisha, I would like you and everyone else that is listening, what are your thoughts on yesterday's teachings with Dr. Sunday? It was really interesting for me. In the beginning, when Dr. Sunday was showing the videos and how people, how pastors and so-called whoever they are, how they deal with demon possession. And one of the things that I really want to discuss about that also is how most of the demons are only possessed by women. Wow, that is just something that I really want to discuss. But I think we have a caller now, so I'm really looking forward to talking to the person that's called now.
Hello,
Aisha. How are you today?
Good, thank you. Hi, Queen Mayowa. You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank
It's
you,
me,
Aisha.
Aisha.
Yes, hello, Aisha. Good evening.
Good evening. So I just want to say that, I mean, I can't even emphasize enough about like how yesterday's teaching was so profound. I mean, look, we've spent so many years in churches, but they tell us how to fear the enemy, how to fear the devil, how to fear the Satan. But right now, with this teaching that Dr. Sunday is teaching us, I mean, I don't fear anymore. I don't get up in the morning and then have a fear of Satan or enemy. I'm even praying for people. I'm just so free. You know, it's good to know that we have a dominion and power. Like, it makes me so light. My life is easier.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
So I am just so grateful for all the teaching. I'm grateful for your program, for Beatitudes, the things that we learn from your program. You know, so I'm just grateful for entire GSA family.
Wow.
It's amazing teaching, because I remember my husband and I, if my son is coughing, we're going to start Holy Ghost fire, casting every enemy, every witchcraft, every woo, because that's what we learn.
Oh my
but now
God.
my son will be coughing. I'm like, go give him Tylenol, let's go to sleep, because I know that God is in control over everything.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So I'm just so grateful, and
Aisha,
you know,
that is brilliant. You know, it's always a pleasure to have you on live. But you know what? I really do want to talk about your experience with regards to the cat story that you told.
Oh my
God. It
God.
was so funny, you know. But you're not the only one. You know, even now, I still think for some reason, maybe the Africans or people from Africa, we're just scared of cats, dogs, everything.
Because
every
the
animal.
movies that we watch, the Nigeria, you know, Nigeria overseed Africa. Me, when I was in Niger, that's the only movies, even growing up, I see. Cats are evil, dogs are evil, all of those things. So it is in our mind, but it's not truth.
It's not true
It's
at
not
all.
the truth.
It's not true. And you know, now I'm just starting to see cats differently, because a few stray cats. Sorry. Is that from your phone, Aisha?
I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'll turn it off. It's from my other phone.
Okay.
Sorry.
You know, it's only recently now I've started just having a normal relationship with like pets and animals. Even though as a child there were pets in our home, but they were my brothers, and they had nothing to do with me. I was the youngest, so they always take them away from me. But as I grew up, I don't know where I got the fear from. When I see cats and dogs, for some reason you just get scared, and it's all this from all these fears of, you know, cats coming in, black cats is this, they saw this, and they're also in Africa. Cats are in Africa, dogs are in Africa, so I don't really understand, you know. But recently, coming to this house, being in Dr. Sunday's house, the cats that roams around, and these cats are not even Dr. Sunday or anybody in the house. They're cats from other places, like other from the neighbors. And they just
they're like wild cats.
Yes, they just walk in. They, you know, they don't come inside the house, but they come in the building, not in the rooms or in the working area. But they just mind their own business, and they go. And people, nobody is scared of them. And you know, they might give them food. Sometimes they don't give them food. Everybody goes about their business. And I'm just coming. My life has just been normalized. But it was really funny what you said. Because
I mean, Mayowa, for the past 6 months we moved to the new house, we've been praying that, every witchcraft spirit, whatever is walking in our car, we bind you, we cancel you. Then when I started listening to Jesse, we stopped praying about those prayers in my house. We don't pray those prayers anymore. But the amazing thing, the lady saw me. She hasn't seen me like in 3 months, because you know we always get up, everybody's gone. And then she saw me, and she said she meant to tell me that there's a cat walking on the thing. It's a cat that is a cat that was go there at night. I'm like, oh my God. If what about we cut and bind the cat died? Now I'll feel guilty talking to my neighbor. I kill my neighbor cousin with my prayers. You know?
Oh my God. It's really funny to me.
So I'm just so grateful. Like you don't know how much my life has changed.
Freedom,
and my life is so easy. You know, freedom alive. And I come to know why I'm alive. And then I was even talking to this girl called Justine. She's French speaking. I'm like, I want to, even the books, Dr. Sunday's books, You
Yeah.
know, I was reading who I am,
Yes.
and then I'm discovering so much things. I'm like, oh my God, I need that book to be translated in French so I can send it to Niger, the young girls, because
Yes.
people need to know who they are.
Yes,
You
yes,
know?
yes. In fact,
So
that's
it's
one of my
just,
favorite book. Who am I? Why am I here? That's one of
yes.
my favorite books because even that question alone is not a question that I've often or ever before I saw that title of book. I didn't. I know I read Purpose Driven Life. I think it's by Rick Warren a long time ago. But to ask the question, who am I? Why am I here? Is never
I'm telling
occurred in
you.
my mind, and it was a beautiful book. I love it. In
I'm telling
fact,
you.
I have it electronically, and I have 2 copies of it. One I've written
Ye-
all over, and another one I kept it in just pristine condition that I don't want to touch, just to
I
have that
know.
book.
I
you know?
have mine. I have mine through Amazon with a Kindle in my
Okay.
iPad, so I can have it everywhere.
Yes.
When I get a chance, I can just read. And I just want to encourage everyone in this platform, in DSA platform, go to YouTube official. It's a free university. Like I was talking to Africa IA
Yeah, yes,
on
yeah.
Facebook, and I
Yes.
was telling him how I'm learning so much, and my husband also, I'm trying to put him into it because it's like a free university. You learn so many things you
Yes,
haven't
yes,
learned
yes.
all your life.
It's
Please
brilliant.
go to Dr. Sunday's teaching and go series by series. Your life will be transformed, Mayowa. In fact, Mayowa, I used to be the type of person that would waste time just to waste for the sake of it because I don't know the purpose of my life, you know?
Yeah.
Because
You're
I'm
not
just
the only
like
one,
a little,
Aisha, but
I'm
no
like
more
a
of that
spoiled
now.
girl that just like watch movies, do her own thing, just living for the sake of living, you know? But since I started listening to GSA, listen to the messages, even my job place, people ask me, but Aisha, what has come over you? You have this new confidence.
Wow.
What is going on?
Wow.
You know, I'm just so excited about testimonies that we got. And I know now why I'm here. I know what I'm
Brilliant.
going to do when I go back to Niger. I know things I have to do in my community.
Wow.
It's just like open up a new world to me. Like
Wow.
my life is completely different. And I
Brilliant.
encourage everyone to go on YouTube and listen to these messages of Dr. Sunday and then listen to Mayowa too, because whatever the Beatitudes that Mayowa is doing is very important.
Thank
You know, it's
Thank
very, very important.
Thank
So
you,
thank you,
Aisha.
Mayowa. Thank
Wow.
you, ladies. Thank you, Julie.
Aisha, thank you
I'm
so much.
grateful.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye. Guys, that was Aisha, one of DSA family. She's also online right now, and she's a great supporter of everything that DSA does. And she's just telling you right there that if you are like us, like me and her actually, because I used to be like this as well. I go to work, do my fair bit, and the rest of my time is leisure time, enjoy. I don't even know what I was doing with my life. I just thought, right, I finished school, I've got a good job, all I want to do. But you know what? I was never satisfied. Internally, I was just feeling there's something not going well. You know, going to church, doing everything. You know, I have everything for myself, but something is not right. And she's just telling us or you out there that if you don't know, the best place to go is Sunday Adelaja Official online on YouTube. So Sunday Adelaja Official on YouTube will really help you, because I know what Aisha is saying. I have been there. I used to be like that, but now I have so much. It's almost like the day cannot contain the things that I want to do in a day. It's just too much, you know, and even the things that I've got planned for the future as well is just so overwhelming. But it wakes me up every morning. I feel happy. I feel content, and I think that can happen for everybody as well. So please guys, go to Sunday Adelaja Official on YouTube, and you will find free materials, free audio and video. So it's 99% video and the rest is audio. And if you're a person that is data challenged, should I say? I don't know how to say that. Data challenge are most of the people in Africa that they don't have data. So what you need to do is go to Telegram. Telegram would help you because you can easily download on Telegram or SoundCloud. And Dr. Sunday is also on there as well. We'll post the links up for you to see. But I do appreciate Aisha always. She's always so bold, so open to discuss and to share her own experience with everyone. So I really think that's great, because sometimes people think that you talk, but you do talk and other people can learn from that. So I appreciate that, because, you know, that's one of the greatest traits to have, where you're not silent and you're not ashamed as well to share your experience It's amazing. People like that are helping other people so much. So thank you again, Aisha. Hello, Vivian. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Hi, John. How are you today? Chinwe said, Africans associate cats and dogs to witchcraft. Yes, Chinwe, yes. Moreover, we Africans don't understand love, so we treat the household animals like enemies. So they sense our negative emotions and react by biting as a defense. Hence, we conclude that they are not friendly. Cats and dogs in Africa behave like their owners. Wow. I haven't even observed that they behave like their owners, but that might be something to observe and just know. That's brilliant, Chinwe. That's true. I don't even know, especially cats. I mean, we had dogs, and again, it's not my dog. It was my brother's dog, and they look after the dog, and they were in another area of the house. Anyway, but in terms of cats, I don't know. I just have this thing for cats. Until recently that I just started seeing them as more vulnerable, because when you just do this to cats, they run. And I think, how can they be evil? Why, as a human being, it says somewhere in the Bible, I believe, that I am next to God. How can I be scared? How can I believe that humans, like we as humans, we are next to God? Or maybe it says lower than angels, or maybe even higher than angels. I'm not sure. For Bible quotes, you can check it out yourself. It's somewhere in the Bible. So if I am actually next to God, why am I scared of cats and dogs and all these things? I don't know, So I have to come to my senses eventually, and I'm glad that I did. And there's no problem. There's no issues with animals now. I don't have any problem. I think sometimes I still have an issue with furs, but I don't know. That's just my own personal thing. Well, thank you all for your for sharing. Hi, Jane. How are you? Good evening. Theophilus says, come and see cat here. Cat is everywhere. Ajibota cat. Ajibota cat. The Ajibota means posh cats. Okay, I think Theophilus is in Dubai somewhere, so he knows that they're Ajibota cats. Ajibota is like posh cats in Nigeria. Ajibota means posh, I think, in Nigeria, and is everywhere in where Theo is. Yes, of course, is here as well. Where I used to live in England, there are cats everywhere. They're on the sofas. You go to people's house, you see cats and dogs. They're just sitting down like they're part of the family. They even say that they're part of the family, and they're not afraid of them. Nothing happens to them. But me, when I go into people's house, I'm like, they have pets, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I've learned, I know better now. Who else do we have? Thank you, Paul. How are you? Anu, good evening. Thank you for joining. Timwe says, most people are working at work and might not be able to join. Okay, I'm at work. Okay. Thank you very much, Chinwe. Chinwe is responding to Theo that he's saying that most people don't join the 5 p.m. in UK and Nigeria broadcast. And also it's because they like to see powerful men, and Dr. Sunday is what they want to see. I understand. Actually, I've heard that many times before, but we still think that it's necessary to have this time as well. But thank you, both of you, for responding and understanding. And thank you to those people who are avid followers, that they do come in both at 5 and 7 p.m. I appreciate all of you, okay? But I do understand, because I am like that as well. Oh, Aisha is so lovely. She said she loves listening. We love listening to Mayawa. Okay, so what are your thoughts? I wanted to tell you a story earlier. Hello, Oriyomi. Who else do we have? Good evening, Mayawa. Thank you. Okay, so I wanted to tell you a story. Okay, I was going to touch on the story that the lady that spoke yesterday, that she shared with us, and she was talking about her experience with demon possession, with all sorts of things, and going from churches to churches and starting to see GOs, and paying for deliverance and all these things, and just crazy, hearing the story. And I know we were all laughing, and we're not laughing. I think for her story, we were feeling really bad for her, but she's out of it now. She's gained her power back. She's gained her understanding, her authority in God back. So that's good. We can laugh. But, like I said earlier, there are many people still going through this right now. And that's the reason why we really need to help people. We need to share this with them. You need to share Dr. Sunday's teachings. You need to direct them to YouTube, Sunday Adelaja Official. You need to help them to download so that they can also be free. Because there are many, many people that are still going to pay for these deliverance ministers. They're still going to see prophets to tell them something that they cannot change about their lives, or tell them past or future that is not in anybody's hand but in God and your own. So all these things, it just seems very nonsensical for us now, but we were also once in this, and we can help people. We know better. We can help people now. So I think that we should all try our best to help our family, our friends, individuals. And again, I know that it's difficult to help some people, especially when they're really deep in religion. And sometimes people don't want to let go of what they already know, what they have believed for so many years. It's difficult to let go. But you can help them. You can help them with your own experience, your own life. Somebody that I will follow when I see your life. I follow by example. It doesn't matter examples. It doesn't matter what you say to me, really. You can say anything to me. But when I see your life being changed and transformed, I will follow you anyway, because it's something that I can see. And this is the reason I said this many times, that I see in Dr. Sunday. I see the way he is. I see how his challenges in life are not bothering him. I see how he loves, how he's got, and you can feel it. When somebody is living a fake life, and when somebody is living a real life. You can see it. So when I saw all that, I thought, this guy's Jesus is quite different. I really need to know. I really need to get to know him. I really need to get closer to him. And that's how I'm here. So what I'm saying here is that for other people out there, for you and I, if you're finding it difficult with other people and they're challenged because they don't want to let go of what they've already believed, believe me, keep loving them, keep going on with your life, building your own, developing yourself, building yourself, and continue to talk to them, but they will follow you. They will eventually follow you and want to know what you know and learn as well. So we have another caller. I'm always excited when somebody calls. Hello, who do we have here?
Hello.
Hello, who do we have here today?
This is Oluwaseun.
Hello, Oluwaseun. Thank you for calling. Where are you calling from?
From United States.
Oh, thank you. So, what do you want to share with us today?
Yeah, yesterday's teaching was wonderful.
Wow.
And I had in mind to talk about the lady that talked about the cat.
Yes.
That was Aisha, right?
Yes.
And, just a simple thing like that. And that's very true. It affects us a lot. And why does it affect us? Most of these pastors, that's what they say. That, when most of these things happen, it's the enemy, that's a witch, that's the whatever that comes, and we tend to get very, very scared in our mind. Imagine some people when they are praying and they're doing this warfare prayer, and when they pray and they say, you must shout, and they'll say, if your neighbor by your side is not shouting, that person is a witch. You must move from that place. And their song, they will say, if you're not praying seriously, if you're not shouting, the evil spirit that's leaving this person's body will come to you. And now, the human mind, who wants to allow evil spirit to come? You now stand up and start shouting and start jumping just because you don't want evil spirit to come into you. All these things. I feel, I'm in a group chat in Nigeria, and somebody posted something about enemies, and somebody replied and said, wow, the way we publicize and give attention to the devil, if we can just show more of God's love this way, how would Christians live? How would they become better? And the person replied and said, oh guy, you better know your own. There are people going through a lot of stuff. And I had to reply and say, you know what? God's love supersedes even the power of the enemy. Hello?
I'm so sorry, Cheryl. I'm just thinking, as you're speaking, I can imagine also what is happening. I can see a vivid picture of what is happening. But please go ahead. Just ignore my laughter because I've experienced.
No, yeah. That's just it. You see, that's just it. Okay, before I left Nigeria, I had I ate at night, so in the midnight, I don't know if the word is there. I aspirated. I know aspiration, the process of getting something through your airwaves. So I aspirated in the midnight, and I couldn't breathe because I was choked. So I was just trying to say, blood of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, in the midnight. So I was just going about. So it was like an hour with that battle. I didn't wake my sister up. So that thing went down, and I was able to sleep, but I was not myself. Now, exactly a year later, the same thing happened to me again. Now, at that time, part of my prayer at that time was like who wants to kill me? So now, exactly a year later, I had the same problem.
Yeah.
And do you now know what the Holy Spirit did? He reminded me that the same time that happened, I ate rice at night, and immediately I finished, I sucked orange. And I went to sleep without even allowing the food to digest.
So it's orange and rice.
Yeah, the Holy Spirit told me that. It wasn't even a doctor, it wasn't anybody. And I didn't allow the food to digest, so I just went to sleep. So when the second stuff happened, I didn't see it as an attack anymore. I saw it as a medical stuff, like, okay, now I have an understanding. Brilliant. Okay, if I eat, I will make sure I wait, at least I verge like 3 times, then I can go and sleep. Okay, that happened. Then I got to the US, and it happened, the day now happened again. I had forgotten all those stuff as my wife. So the day it now happened again. I woke my wife because the stuff was real. I couldn't breathe. And while we were in the bedroom, I was trying to get some stuff because the pepper was so much in my brain. And the Holy Spirit told me something. He said, do you remember if pepper enters your eyes, what do you do? And I remembered, you put salt in your mouth. And I remembered, and I answered in my spirit. And the Holy Spirit said, okay, go get salt. Okay, I just told my wife, please, let me get salt in the kitchen. She was so scared. And she got salt, and I put in my mouth. Lo and behold, before God and man, everything started coming down by itself.
Wow.
I didn't pray evil spirit. I didn't do anything.
No,
this was
you
just
didn't bind any devil.
What to do, So what we need is move closer to God.
Yes.
Some people think the Holy Spirit, because it's holy, Holy Spirit. They feel, if you're not holy, you cannot dine or move with the Holy Spirit. They make this God so high, like, you need to climb up to reach him. Whereas, why did Jesus come as human, as flesh? He said you don't have a high priest in heaven that does not know what you have got, that does not know what you're going through. Why? Because he came in flesh, so he knew everything. He knows what the weather is. He knows what the situation is. So he's at the right hand of the Father, interceding for us, telling the Father that, this guy. So he understands, even when we fall, we get up again. Not that we wallow in that pit. And one thing that happens in Christianity, when somebody falls, we condemn the person to the last. Most of this evil spirit and stuff, as in that we are afraid of, it's not that they don't exist. Yeah, they do. But because we have Christ, that's what we need to know most of the time. Because we have Christ, they don't have any action, any power over us. Why? Because even the name of Jesus alone overcomes every other, because the Bible says that his name, every knee shall bow. I bless God for the life of Pastor Sunday, taking a bold step to preach, to teach all these things, and to make us better Christians. To see, on my own mindset, the easiest life to live is the life of a Christian. Why? Because a life of victory already. See, you are not, the battle that is on ground is a battle that has already been won. By who? By Jesus. All we need to do is just believe in the person that won the victory for us. The Bible says, through one man, sin came to the world. Is it not because of Adam that everybody is saying, I'm a sinner, God, I'm a sinner, right? Now, the Bible also says, through another man, we are redeemed. Righteousness came. So through Jesus. So why can't we use the way we are saying, okay, we are sinners through Adam? Why don't we say, I am righteous through Christ? Believing it even more and more. Well, God bless this platform, and I pray that we reach greater heights in Jesus' name.
Thank you, Sheung. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Okay,
God bless you.
Bye. Wow, that was really interesting. I actually love that story that Sheung told us about indigestion or some sort of choking at night, and it's really interesting because you know what? Anything that happens to any so-called religious Christian at night must be from the devil. We all know that. I mean, this is just like anything. You know, I would have friends say, oh, my son woke up at night and this happened or this happened. And we all say, oh, did you pray? Automatically, is somebody trying to attack somewhere. It's never even what you ate or what's happening in your body or what has happened several times and maybe you fall or anything. We never look in that. We just say he's the devil or he's the enemy that is trying to attack. And I found that story very, very funny, especially the one that Sharon told us about the church when you're praying and in the church they say, oh, close your mouth and shout, close your eyes, shout, shout, shout. And if you're not shouting more than your neighbor, then I mean, there's even times that they would say, if your neighbor, the person next to you, is the enemy, they should fall down and die and all that. It's just so much animosity, so much negativity, and you know, and then they'll still say, oh, yeah, if you're look at the next person next to you and prophesy in their lives. It's just so much contradiction. It's like all sorts of water mixed together and like mashed up together. Such a mess. So I am also grateful for the teachings that Dr. Sunday has been teaching us for the past few days, and especially the demons and demon possession, and telling us not to pay no mind. We are greater than that. We are higher than that. They're under our feet. So we don't need to worry. And you know, this thing about animals as well that we were talking about earlier is really big. So don't be afraid of any animal. You know, if we consider as mammals, as animals as well, we are the greatest of all. We are the fairest of all. So we should never, ever, ever be afraid of anything that God has created. God is so wonderful, so loving. And I agree with Sharon that, you know, when you start to, I think it's Sharon and Aisha actually, both of them said it, that when you still really know God in his true form and you realize what he's done, Christianity is so easy. He's so loving, he's so caring, and he's so, you know, peaceful that it's not something that you need to fight for. God has already done it for you. It is finished, as he said. It is finished. He's done all the work for you. So we are free, and unto freedom we are called. I love saying that. Unto freedom we are called. So guys, I really do want to read your comments. Let me see what you've written. Hemenike, good evening. How are you today? Zadok, how are you? Thank you for joining. Daniel, good evening. Les D, good evening. Thank you for joining. Oriyomi, thank you. I have said hello to Oriyomi already. Thank you. I appreciate you all for joining and for your time with us. It's really great. Thank you so much. So guys, we only have a few minutes now. What I just want us to do is just talk a little bit about some of the things that we have been discussing again yesterday. I really do want to talk about the lady. It was really funny. The lady that said that she was beaten a lot from Deliverance. I'm sorry, lady. I can't remember your name. I don't even know if you're online right now and you can hear me. Please forgive me. But I really laughed yesterday when I was listening to your story and how they beat the hell out of you. I know you also have a good sense of humor because you called us directly to tell us your story. So that's great that you can tell that story. But how sad is that? What I was going to say before we had the caller was that how come it's only the women that are always demon possessed? How come it's never men? And when you see all these churches and all these pastors, and when they have people come out that are demon possessed, it's 99.9% women. And when that lady called, I can't remember her name, and she was saying that she even went back for them to beat her again just because she's beautiful, she's light complexion. And you know, when you see all these deliverance things, go and check them out yourself on YouTube. You will find that the majority are women and the beautiful women, and they usually say that they're demon possessed. Why is that? But again, I hate the why questions because there's no point asking the why. They know the reasons why they're doing that. But what I want us to have is the solution. You know, what is the solution to this? We know better now. We know that we are greater, and any demon or anything is under our feet. You know, we are not to be worrying about this. We're not to worry. God has already done it for us. Jesus said it is finished, so you have nothing to worry about. Oriyomi says, poor women. And then Oriyomi says, I tire. Oh, I get you, Oriyomi. I tire too. But it is really funny. And that lady that called telling us that she was beaten. How unfair is that? You know, Dr. Sufficient called yesterday and she was saying that there need to be an organization that stands for women, especially in Africa and, you know, Nigeria as well, that stand for all these women that have been abused, because they've been abused by you going to church and then one pastor saying that you're demon possessed and people are beating you. I'm sorry. I don't want to laugh. But I can't help myself but to laugh. You know, it's really funny, you know, and you just allow them to beat you. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not laughing at this person. I'm laughing with them because this is just beyond me. If I don't laugh, I'm going to start to cry. You know, you allow them to beat you. They say you're demon possessed. Even if you're demon possessed, how is beating you going to solve it? I don't get it. You know, so they're beating your skin, your flesh. I don't get it. It's just crazy. So, but now we know better. I'm grateful that we know better now, that nobody should ever do that to you or to anybody else, not even to a man as well. But I know that they won't do it to a man. They won't have the audacity to do it to a man, because if you beat some man, you know, and sometimes the reflex action, they will beat you back. But women are usually more and more tamed, you know, and also in mannerism, they won't want to beat back. They just want to take it, you know, especially in Africa. I think if they do that to an English person or in England or any other part of the world, they might get sued as well. So they won't try it, because I know some of those pastors, they come to England and they never ever try that, where they're beating you and saying that you're demon possessed. If they ever do that, there'll be lawsuits in their hands. So guys, jokes apart, nobody should think of demon. Demon is like under your feet. You should never pay the devil a mind or pay demons any mind. You are stronger. You have bigger authority. You're greater than all of these things. You know, he that is in you, it says, he that is in you is greater than that is in the world. Meaning anything that is in the world or that wants to attack you, what is inside you or inside of you, which is God, is greater than them. And you have to believe that. And the second thing is that we always have to believe the truth and not the negative lies, or even if it's in the Bible, or the negativity that you might see, or something that is not even aligned with God or with the finished work of Christ, should not be your concern. Your concern should be what Jesus said, and what he said, it is finished. He has done everything for us. So we should just be living in his love. You know, even the enemy, you need to pray for them. There is no enemy. If something is greater than you and is inside of you and is looking after you, what enemy? It's not your concern. Don't concern yourself with anything negative. Don't concern yourself with witches and wizards and whatever it may be. It's not your problem. We have another caller. Who is there? I'm excited to hear this as well.
Hello, good evening, Mayowa.
Hello, Doc. How are you today?
Very well. How about you?
I'm good, thank you. You're still going to do a whole program with me. I am not going to settle for you just calling in now. So,
okay.
Well, but I would allow you, of course. Please share your thoughts.
All right. I think this is a wonderful series that Pastor has been doing. I mean, this series, I've received some feedback from some people, and they are saying, wow, this is wonderful. Their eyes have been opened. You know, when people begin to understand the place of the power, the authority that has been invested in them through the, as a result of the death and resurrection of Jesus, also in line, also together with the fact that they have now received the salvation of Jesus. Once they begin to understand the power that comes with the adoption of sonship that they have received from God, I think they will begin to do more. They will stop falling prey to these religious merchants.
Cabals,
you know?
religious cabals.
Yeah. So I think Pastor is doing a very wonderful job, and we also must not relent. Some people are writing, someone wrote me today and said Pastor should talk on one particular topic. Now I'm like, Pastor can only talk about, DSA can only talk about one topic per time. And so I encourage everybody, as you are listening, as you are getting this nuggets as you're getting this truth. There are people who will never get to listen to DSA, but will always have the opportunity to listen to you. And if you understand and you value the importance of this message, you too, please feel free to share it. Say it in your own words as you have understood it. You also will be spreading the kingdom.
Yes.
The devil is under us. It has been settled. You know, in the beginning there was war in heaven, and the devil was sent down to the earth. And now, by the way, you know, DSC has emphasized on what Scripture says. He who is above all. And this is all we need to deal with anything called demon. And, you know, he's always told us that demon possession is not even that easy. And, you know, the things we get scared of, especially in Africa, are people who do not even hold any rank.
Yeah, it's the least
in
of
terms
everything.
In terms of demonic hierarchy. But the joy of everything is, no matter their level, they are under our feet.
Yes.
Jesus has given us victory, and we can keep shouting hallelujah till he comes. I mean, understanding and reveling in the beauty of the victory that is won for us. So, Maiwa, thank you so much for
Thank
this
you, Dr. Vic.
recaps. I mean, it helps us also hammer it in back again.
Yes.
So, thank you so much, Maiwa.
Thank you for
and
your
my regards to Julia and the rest of the team.
Yes, she can hear you.
Okay, good.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Yeah.
So, guys, look at that. You know Doc V already, so I don't need to explain much more to you. You know who he is, and you know how fired up he is about these topics, and he's also so knowledgeable. So thank you, Dr. Vic, for sharing your thoughts with us. We appreciate it, and everyone as well that have called in, and some of you also that have written your comments. I appreciate you. We appreciate you in Kyiv. And before we go, I would like to read some of your comments. We have Leo that's saying, oh, thank you, Leo. Thank you. I appreciate what you're saying. Thank you very much. Who else? Good evening. Okay. Thank you, Leslie D. I appreciate. So, guys, I think this is our time. Don't forget, there's a caller? Oh, there's a comment. Okay, Les D, sorry. I thought that was for Chinwe. But it says, at Chinwe, we had a cat, and when we relocated from the city to a village with a few months, I was told a neighbor's son killed it because he saw it in his backyard. So I asked for the dead body because I wanted to bury it. It was never found, and the son's mother was shocked about me asking for a dead cat. And, oh, I can't say the rest. This is interesting. and now I suspect he had to do with perception of cats about witchcraft. This happened in South Africa. Yes, I'm not surprised, Leslie. These are the things. This is how people feel. I mean, and you know what? Being scared of cats and all that is one thing, but even having the guts to kill a cat and kill, what's the next level? I don't even want to go there. I don't want to think about it. But if the son kills the cat, what's he going to kill next? So it's a matter of time before you think human are also evil, and then you start to kill human. So we really need to tread very carefully with this kind of beliefs, and in fact, abandon them totally. We should live in love, in confidence, in power and authority. So, but guys, I really appreciate you all for joining me and sharing your thoughts and your experiences with us. It is great. I hope you enjoyed your time here with us today. And I'll be back tomorrow. And don't forget, Dr. Sunday will be back in just under an hour. I will also be behind the scene. So I will see you all shortly. Thank you. And don't forget, share. Appreciate you all. Take care. Bye.